Hi, thank you for joining me today and welcome to my cycling YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Madison Genesis bike build. I've managed to acquire all the parts for the build. I'm just going to go through with what parts I've got before the bike is built. Okay, so I've purchased a really cool seat post. I've had a product from this brand before, which was a great set of handlebars. And also Trace Velo, some of his reviews. I think he's also got a bike that the brand built for him, which looks absolutely amazing, and based on obviously the handlebars I've got and the quality, I got this particular seat post for the bike. The group set that's going to be on the bike is going to be Dura Ace. I've got the calipers, also the crankset and everything else. It's going to be a Di2, obviously electric group set. So I've got all the parts for that as well, so that will be on the bike. This particular brand is Ace for seats. I've got this particular seat on my Genesis Zero, my other bike, and it's very comfortable. Also the design is amazing, and the comfort factor is spot on. So I'm looking forward to that being on the bike as well. Great company, amazing quality seats. Couldn't recommend them enough. Yeah, so this is more of the Dura Ace. So I've got the these are the obviously the calipers for the build, the levers to go along with the calipers, and also the other brake caliper, and I've also got parts like obviously the battery and a few other bits and bobs, so I've got that for the build as well, and the crankset as well, I've got that as well. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a fairly light bike, and looking forward to riding it when it's finished. Front and rear, obviously derailleurs as well. Thing is, when you're building a rim brake bike, I have to say certain parts now are becoming very hard to get hold of. For instance, the rear derailleur hanger, this was, I have to say, so hard to find. It took me a huge bit of investigation, but in the end I managed to get the part. I figured out which particular part this was, because it's not very well clearly explained when you're looking on the the specs for that particular bike. So yeah, managed to track that down along with the cable guides. This was the same thing. This was not easy to find, but I managed to track it down as well. Some of the things aren't clearly kind of clearly explained when you look at specs on bikes if you're looking to try and find parts. It took me a while to find these two pieces. I mean, most of the other stuff is fairly straightforward. I think obviously with rim brakes, they're not as popular as obviously disc brakes. So some of the parts for certain parts on the frames are quite scarce. So yeah, that's obviously my experience with it. The wheels are Dura Ace. I got these in an absolutely amazing deal online. I couldn't believe that I got a great deal on them. So really like wheels, amazing. Looking forward to taking the bike out for a spin, and just obviously Dura Ace is something I've never kind of used. Most of my bikes are Ultegra, and so it'd be nice to see what that's like. Yeah, so pedals, I prefer SPD pedals. I will probably eventually try the newer version of these at some point. I'm a fairly slow adopter, but eventually I will give them a go. But yeah, these I've been using since obviously been cycling when I had a race or a long time ago, and I've never sort of changed. But I'm sure at some point I will possibly change when I upgrade my shoes. But yeah, there's more stuff here. This is the obviously Dura Ace chain, and obviously the quick release skewers. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And the next video, no doubt you'll see, is the full build. Now, I'm not really an expert with internal cable routing, or basically electronic group sets, setting them up and all that stuff. I have no idea, being that I'm fairly old school. So I'm going to be taking it to my local bike shop to get them to do all the cable internal routing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, not really kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not really kind of knowledgeable with it. I mean, cycling has progressed at such a rate, with obviously with technology as well. And the last thing are these handlebars, which are absolutely cool. So I'm looking forward to popping these on. I've got these on another bike that I've got as well, another Zero from Genesis. And when these handlebars were on, I like the fact of how they are. They're not so large in the capacity in regard to the design. It's very thin, minimalistic, and it's nice. It's very light as well. So I'm looking forward to popping these on. Yeah, I would get them out, but I'm going to be taking this off to the bike shop now to get everything done. So I'd like to say thank you for joining me today, and the next video you'll see the full bike in all its glory, and can't wait. Looking forward to taking it out for a ride.